pull out the specific characteristics of your dream client that needs what you have to offer. And then you want to be bold about it. You want to be bold in speaking to your person. You want to call out your person, and you want to call out and share the solutions that you provide. And when you're bold like that, not only are you calling out people, but you're also repelling the wrong people. Hi, and welcome to the Christ-Driven Woman Podcast, the recommended podcast for Christian female entrepreneurs and really any woman who wants to grow closer to Christ. Whether you are just starting out in business, a seasoned entrepreneur, or a stay-at-home mom, you, sister, were created for far more than you could possibly ask or imagine. I'm Charisse Burton, Christian Certified Master Business and Life Coach, and from my experience growing from beyond the impossible as a teenage runaway to a successful CEO building multiple six-figure businesses across multiple industries, I will teach you how to hit your first 10K month and then go far beyond that using my proven systems. These strategies will help you build a business that defies expectations and also will grow your faith beyond measure. I'm so glad you're here. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Christ-Driven Woman Podcast. If you don't know me yet, if this is your first time here, I'm Charisse Burton. I'm a Christian business and life coach, and I've actually been an entrepreneur for over 22 years. It doesn't feel like that long, but here I am. And so today we are talking about who is your perfect customer. This is part of our October business series, and I really want us to dive deep. It's not difficult, but we have to address some specific questions, because here's the thing that I know. When you are speaking to too many people, when you are speaking in general, and you have not figured out who is your perfect customer, then you're going to be talking to no one. No one's going to be hearing you. The best description I could give you is, let's say, for example, you are talking to a group of 5,000 women. Okay, we've got it niched down at least to women, right? But you're talking to 5,000 women and you're trying to share with them about whatever it is that you promote. But here's the thing, you're not speaking to any specific characteristic. You're just trying to speak to all 5,000 of them at once. Now, the people closest to you will probably hear you, but that's as far as it's going to go. So out of those 5,000, you might talk to, or maybe 25 or 30 may hear you, but that's about it. But we fall into that trap of thinking, oh my goodness, that's 5,000 people that could possibly be my clients. But that's not exactly accurate, because again, like I said, they're not all hearing you. Now, if I were to say, speak to all the women who have blonde hair and pink shirts on, if I were to call out that subgroup within that 5,000 group of women, those women would instantly go, oh my gosh, I've got blonde hair, I've got a pink shirt on, and would turn around and hear me. And because of that response, more people would hear, oh, even if they don't hear your voice, they're going to see the direction other people who have blonde hair and pink shirts on like them are going to be turning your direction. So more people are going to hear that message, and you're going to be repelling the other people who don't have blonde hair and pink shirts on. So that is the best way I can sort of give you an idea of why it is so important to niche down. You're either going to be talking to no one's going to hear you no matter what you say, or you can pull out the specific characteristics of your dream client that needs what you have to offer. And then you want to be bold about it. You want to be bold in speaking to your person. You want to call out your person, and you want to call out and share the solutions that you provide. And when you're bold like that, not only are you calling out people, but you're also repelling the wrong people. Because you don't want to have just a whole bunch of random people that are in your audience. You want to make sure that you're calling in the right people and repelling the ones who don't need what you have to offer. And you do that by being bold and specific. Because here's the thing. People don't want to be sold to. Business, bottom line, is still relationship. People will buy from those that they know, like, and trust. And they will know, like, and trust you when you develop that relationship. And you develop that relationship by speaking to what your dream client is frustrated with or struggling with, and then sharing parts of your solution. Because here's the thing. When you know how they think, when you know how your dream client thinks, you can speak to how they feel and create a connection to what they want. But you got to know who they are, right? You've got to know. Well, here are a couple of hints to figure that out. First of all, your dream client is it's going to be 99%, it's going to be a younger version of yourself. 99% of the time, it's going to be a younger version of yourself. So, it could be 2 years ago younger, or it could be 10 or 15 years ago younger. But 99%, 95% of the time, it's going to be a younger version of yourself. The next thing I want you to consider is, who has God called you to serve? That's the biggest question here. Who does your heart go out to? That's what I talk to with my clients a lot. And I ask them, who does your heart go out to that you want to help avoid either problems that you have faced or learn how to get past? That is going to tell you that's going to give you a huge answer in who your dream client is. So who do you want to serve? Who has God called you to serve? Who does your heart go out to that you want to help avoid problems that you've faced? And like I said, remember, about 95 or 99% of the time, it is a younger version of you. So I want you to remember that. So when you start speaking to that dream client, you need to know what their problem is. And you need to know them very, very well. You kind of need to know what they're thinking and why they're thinking it. Because when you start speaking that out, then those people start hearing you and resonating with you and understanding even more that you have what they need. So I'm going to share with you sort of a little group of questions, or a little chart, so to speak, that I give my customers, or my clients rather. So first of all, you want to know what the main problem is. You want to know what the main problem is that your perfect customer is facing. So let's just say, for example, we're going to be talking about the fact that they're overweight. That's just for this example, okay? So you have got to know the main problem, but you can't just talk about the main problem, because is that the only solution that you address? There's a lot of people that struggle with that issue. You've got to niche down and understand what your dream client is thinking about that main problem. So what I tell my people is, you want to list 5 issues that are caused by that main problem. What are 5 issues? You got to go under the surface. You can't just talk about the main problem. You got to go under the surface. What are 5 issues that are caused by that main problem? So let's say, for example, a couple of them could be that they're having health issues, or it could be that they have low energy, can't play with their grandkids, or maybe their clothes just don't fit right. They don't like shopping. Those are just 3 examples of what some underlying issues are that are caused by that main problem. But guess what? We're going to go even deeper. You've got to go layers under the surface, because what you're learning to do is you're learning to say the things out loud that your perfect customer or your dream client is thinking but not talking about. So the next layer down is, we're going to go to, what do they think about what those 5 issues are? What do they think about those? Obviously, it's not going to be great, but I want you to be specific. Maybe it's affecting their confidence. They don't feel good about themselves anymore. You got to figure out what is the thought they're having about those 5 issues. And it could be 5 different thoughts, but you've got to write down what are the thoughts that those issues are causing from that main problem. And guess what? We're going to go even a step further. Now I want you to write down why. Why are those a problem? Why are those thoughts and those issues caused by that main problem? Why are they a problem for your perfect customer? You could go all the way down to, for example, let's just take the fact that they don't feel like they look good in their clothes anymore. They're not comfortable in their clothes, and that's affecting their confidence. They don't feel good about how they look. And we're going to go even further. And therefore, maybe they don't even want to take family pictures anymore. So when you speak that out loud, the person who is struggling with weight is going to think, oh my goodness, this person is reading my mind. Not because you said if you're someone who struggles with weight, but because you were bold enough and said, if you're someone who struggles with being overweight, you don't feel comfortable in your clothes, it's causing you to have a lower self-confidence than you've ever had before, to the point that you don't even want to be in family pictures. There are people out there right now that are identifying with exactly what you just put out there, that bold explanation, those bold examples. And they are instantly thinking, oh my goodness, she's reading my mind. She knows what I'm going through. Maybe she has my solution, because you were bold enough to speak out what they're thinking, what they're struggling with. So we're going all the way back to the beginning. When you are identifying your perfect customer or your dream client, you've got to ask yourself, who does your heart go out to? Who has God called you to serve? Who do you want to help avoid problems that you have either faced or you've helped other people overcome? That's going to help you understand who is your perfect customer. Who is it that God's calling you to serve? Then you go into the issue and the solution you provide. Then you go into what is the main problem? What are 5 issues that are caused by that main problem? And then you're going to go a level deeper. What are they thinking? What is your dream client thinking about those issues? How is it making them feel? And then you're going to go a step deeper. Write down why. Why do these issues make them feel this way? Why is it a problem? Why does it matter? When you know the answers to these questions, then you're going to be able to speak out boldly to your dream client, to your perfect customer. And in that respect, you're going to be able to use attraction marketing. The old way of marketing, the old antiquated way of marketing, is sending out a ton of DMs to a bunch of random people, doing a ton of webinars and challenges and things all the time. But the new way, and I don't know that it's necessarily new, but attraction marketing is where you are allowing your client the opportunity to resonate with what you are speaking, what you're talking about, because you're speaking about the things they are thinking about. So they naturally resonate with you and feel like you know them. So that right there builds that know, like, and trust factor. So they start believing you actually do have their solution. They start understanding you are the person that they have been praying for. They just didn't know it yet. So when you're praying about who God's called you to serve, pray about the specific issues that they are facing because of that main problem. That's how you identify your dream client, but that's also how your dream client starts identifying and understanding you. They start seeing you. You start standing out above the crowd. Your voice is heard above the noise because you're speaking to them directly. And when you're speaking that boldly, you're repelling the people who don't need what you have. So you're cultivating an audience of people you can serve when you know your dream client, you know what they're struggling with, you know what issues that struggle is causing, you know what they're thinking about it, and you know why it is such a problem for them. So that's my encouragement to you is revisit. I think we need to do this actually on a regular basis too. Revisit who your perfect customer is. Make sure you're speaking to layers deeper than just the main problem. Okay? So stay tuned. Be sure that you hop back in with me next week. We are going to continue our October series on business and growing your business God's way. All right. See you next time. Hey, thank you so much for being here today and listening. Please leave a review and tell me what hit your heart the most. I would love to hear from you. And if you want to partner with me and the production of this podcast, just head over to this Patreon link. Thanks so much.